Hey riders, what do we got here? The name of this one's called Racing Bikes on Monday ×2. As my description says, I was preparing for another long, boring, arduous day at home, trying to stay mentally engaged. Moderation. This chat room is perfect. We don't need no moderation here. I don't even know why that's being suggested, so we're closing that. Let's hit it, folks. Let's just hit it. So what do we got going on today? Well, we got 2 GRC races back to back. The 2-time GRC race. Let's just have a little jump in here, folks. You know what? I had no idea this was going off. I'm so out of the loop these days. No rider on route. Why would there be no rider on route yet? There's supposed to be 36 people here. Let me just check. It starts in 19 minutes. Oh, wow. Okay, so, well, it's actually a good thing that I'm able to talk on the fly. Fill in that space, folks. Fill in that space. You got to know how to talk. So, what did we get up to this weekend? Well, lots of stuff. First off, I didn't ride Saturday or Sunday. Went through a pretty stressful weekend. Let's just say family junk. And also we had a bunch of baby pigs born. So we've got some like pet pigs. And they are actually like the, I don't know, mini pigs, whatever you call them. They're not that mini. They're like this big. They probably weigh like 80 pounds or something. So that started, I think it was Saturday morning I noticed them. Yeah, I walked out there and there was pigs. Tough thing about pigs is, high mortality rate. We struggled with a few yesterday, and it's like they'll be perfect 1 second and then just gone the next. So we had one inside all day yesterday. I brought it in the house. Number one cause of mortality in pigs, if you don't know, is them crushing the babies. It's almost impossible. They're big, fat, round things. They roll over and a baby gets stuck. So they talk about maternal ability, I guess. Like, how good does the mom know, like, hey, I'm squishing my babies? Sometimes they just don't care. And also the piglet, can they get out of the way? That little dude's got to, like, move as quick as he can. If they're a little bit behind or maybe a little bit not as strong as the others, they don't make it. So the good news is, I guess the bad news is, we lost 3 of the little dudes. One we lost yesterday who we thought we brought back. Like, I brought him in the house yesterday, and here, let me see what I can see here. See if anyone's jumped in the chat yet. I'm surprised there's anyone in the chat. Just because, yeah, I went outside to check them yesterday morning. What's yesterday? Sunday? Yeah, Sunday morning. Right before the GRC event, actually. Is it Monday? Yeah, it is Monday. Okay, so that's what I mean, folks. My life is just kind of, where is it every day? I don't even know what day it is anymore. The videos are the only thing that keep me focused on anything whatsoever right now. So Saturday, I didn't ride because, baby pig Saturday morning. I went to my friend's house. We were hand tamping dirt and gravel into fence posts. So they were already dug. The hard work was done. I guess I'll be doing some digging coming up down the road. And we were hand tamping the dirt, right? So you can imagine just smashing this metal pipe down there. It's got a flat head on it to smash dirt. Those things are in there better than concrete. I'll tell you that right now. And got home exhausted. The night before, I think I slept 3 hours. So just really wasn't interested in riding. Had a big sleep Sunday night. Then Sunday morning we did the GRC while I covered it. What else did I do yesterday? Did I do any other races yesterday? If I did, and I don't remember, yeah, I apologize, because sometimes these things are going in and out of my brain so fast. I'm just going to look at the stream settings here. Everything looks good. Analytics. One poor person is having to listen to all this right now. I apologize to you, whoever you are, whoever my sole viewer is right now. I was kind of like, why is there no one here? Because we're 15 minutes early, folks. So what are we doing today? Let's talk about it. We're 15 minutes out. Maybe this will help me work better looking at the camera. We are doing the GRC Monday race. What's it called? Mellental? We're in Austria. So it's part of one of the gravel challenges. It's only 6.8 kilometers, 12 meters of ascent. That's because we're basically going downhill all the way. I can see already where I think there's going to be a couple little bumps. There'll be like a bump there, and maybe one back over here. But we got 38 people registered for right now. Alex, Anthony, Bashak, Stu, Biker AP, just all the regulars. You know what I'm going to do today? Because I know so many people here so well, I'm going to look for the people I don't know right now. Dolph Vader's here. Of course I know Dolph. Yeah, and again, apologies to Dolph. He couldn't get into the stream last Friday. I think that was my fault, Dolph. I'll have it all fixed up for this Friday night's ride. Yeah, so why am I saying Friday? I did set up another Friday night social chill ride. We're going to end up doing one of the gravel routes, I think. I think that's what it is. Anyway, setting it up with Neil, so it's already scheduled. I probably sent invites out to everyone, so we're good to go there. Okay, I know Heike, yep. Maybe this Henry 81, I don't know. Could be new. So this is really cool. Hey, I haven't seen Lars K71 forever. I do know him though quite well. Well, he's racing us. He's a hitter. He'll be at the front on this one. Okay, so Max. This is a rider I haven't seen before. From Italy. Mr. Pierre. Don't think I've seen Piero. I don't think I've seen them. Multi-Edge, maybe Multi-Edge, something like that, from the US. Good to have you on board. Pete Ski, possibly I haven't seen them. Predag, I don't think I've seen them either. We all know Shanik, he's going to be here. There's probably your race favorite right there. Purple Bengal, we know her very well too. This is not her territory, this downhill. Sergio 64, I've seen this rider. Okay, so I've seen him. The D team. I was going to say Fed team. It's the D team. Looks pretty new. When I see FTPs at 150, that means probably a brand new rider to ROUVY. I haven't even looked at their level yet, so I don't know. There's no one logged in. We've seen Uncle E64 before. Okay, so there's like 3 or 4 people I don't know. That just shows you how consistent our races are getting with everyone showing up. Yeah, so GRC race yesterday. So this is supposed to kind of be, today was supposed to be my preview, update / preview show. You know, I love calling it a show. It sounds all official. It sounds like I'm doing a real TV show. Let me have a drink of my crappy, bubbly. Blackberry. Tastes like garbage. Tastes like absolute garbage. It's just carbonated water. I love carbonated water. Love it. Like extra fizzy. I have one of those machines at home where you can make it yourself. I do it all the time. Take the RO water, reverse osmosis, and I overcarbonate it. I just love it. It's just so right in your face. But when you put a little bit of flavor into it, it's absolutely garbage. If you're going to put flavor into one of these, I want syrupy goodness. Like, I'm done with Diet Pops. I'm done with these. These aren't even Diet Pop. Like, these are just horrible. But need a bit of water as I'm talking. So yeah, I woke up this morning. Was planning on doing my update preview show. And so then I saw these 2 races come up. I've downloaded both of them. Best quality I can get, folks. So I'm downloading everything now in the highest quality that's available to me. Some of the longer events, I probably won't do that. Hey, while we're here, let's take a look at this. I want to show you some cool stuff. If there's anyone new to the channel here, there won't be. Oops, I'm in the wrong spot. Let's get back to... Yeah, I'm in the right spot, aren't I? I don't even know if I'm in the right spot anymore. Yeah, I'm in the right spot. You're new to the channel. You're like, what am I watching? Well, you're watching ROUVY. This is Inside Cycling World. My name's Colin. I do all the race commentary. I shouldn't say all. Maybe someone else is doing it, but I don't think they are. I started out just doing tutorial videos, starter videos, stuff like that, and then some exploration videos. But I've always been kind of fascinated with race commentary. And I've seen enough races, kind of more local ones, that had no commentary. Like, there'll be like a live stream. And I'm like, this is the most dull thing on the planet. So boring. I don't care what the cyclists are doing at that point, even though it's my favorite sport. It's kind of like when you go to a baseball game. There's a team of commentators to keep you entertained, to give you a bit of background, to let you know about all the players. He did this. He came from this high school, blah, blah, blah. People like that stuff. Quick update here. We are on our way to level 5. Oh, we're almost, should I say halfway? We're probably 35 to 40% of the way to level 5. What do we unlock at level 5? Ooh, juicy fruit. We get the KDEX Max 40 wheels. Cutting edge hub and spoke technology delivers the lightest wheel system ever created by KDEX with bladed carbon spokes and thin aero hub flanges. How do you like that, KDEX? Let's hit it, folks. Let's get that. Lots of cool unlockables. Plus, they got the in real life awards of the jerseys, ROUVY jerseys, and the Cyclostar cleaning package. So let's keep working towards that. We're moving along pretty good now. There's 26,000 people that have actually joined the event. At the very beginning, it was 2,000. So it's too bad all those people weren't in at the beginning. Because now we're on the hard stages. Each stage now, from 4 to 5, is 2 million kilometers per stage. To try to get to 12 million, we've only got till the end of October. So we have one full, complete month to go, starting tomorrow. We might make really good progress. The first 4 stages were only 1 million each, but we were just slowly getting more and more riders coming on board. Now people are getting into it. So you can see here, I've only 76 kilometers on the stage. This would have started last week. You know, I did some shorter stages last week. I missed 2 days straight. Just really not focused on it. So yesterday I created a new pig pen inside the barn. There's a wall up. I had to extend a wall over. And when I say extend a wall, don't think I'm Mr. Handy Dandy, because I'm definitely not. Just going back to the stream here for a second. Yeah, that doesn't look good, does it? Let's, easiest way to get the camera tweaked is just put her down. Yeah, how's that hair looking? Not bad. Hair's looking pretty good. Okay, we don't like that either. Yeah, it's pretty good. Hair's up. Looking sharp. Sharp enough. So yeah, I moved a wall over, but when I say I moved a wall over, don't think I'm like, you know, doing all sorts of hard stuff. 2 sheets of plywood, a couple of, I think, 2x8s going across. It's just to cause like a wall to keep the pigs in, and then there was like a post there, or like an old railway tie. The majority of my property, they actually made it, and a lot of farmers around here did that with railway ties for the cattle. I mean, they're indestructible pretty much. I mean, they're probably not that environmentally friendly anymore, like just soaked in creosote. You can still see the stuff pretty easy, but they don't rot ever. So then I hung a gate on there, a wooden gate door with a latch and all this stuff. That was probably like the most technical part. Just put some screws in, put the thing on. So now I have a new area for the piggies. I got to rehang their light. Yeah, they're super susceptible to getting cold. It's another main way they die, even if it's warm out. They get chilled easy and they starve to death. So you just got to really stay on the heat. So I have a heat lamp directly above them now, and they just love it. So I'm going to move them over into this area, and then I'm going to re-secure the walkway in between. There is a full wall I built in the past. That took a bit more skill. I might put a double door, like, what do you guys call it? I guess some people call it like a Dutch door, you know, the halfies. 2 doors. Because I want to get the other pig inside. The other pig's going to have babies too. Her name's Fern. She's an all-black pig. She's still outside right now. I'm like, I cannot have her having babies in the cold because I think we hit frost last night. Like 1 degree maybe. And yeah, if they were born in that, they'd all just die. There's no way they could stay warm. So she's got to get in the barn. I got lots of straw. Oh, now I'm going to need another heat lamp. So I got to figure that out. Ooh, you know what I got? Joey Jojo has some really good, I think they're like quartz or like ceramic. Yeah, they're more of a ceramic. They're heat lamps for birds. So they look like a mini, you know, an electric stovetop, the round, that thing. It's that, a lot smaller. It's a ceramic head, and it just pumps out heat, and it doesn't take a lot of power. I think that ceramic holds in and really re-radiates it good. Is that a word? I'm gonna go in the chat here. Yeah, no one here. Someone get in this chat and throw me a question. We're gonna jump back into ROUVY here itself. Let's get back in. We're still live. People should be jumping into this event right away. So here's your main screen. This is ROUVY. This is Inside Cycling at its best right here, folks. There's a few other different platforms out there. Might take a little look at them in the future here. Just saying. Just saying. Just a little side diversion. Try to get more people looking at the channel. Been doing lots of promotion, lots of cross-posting, lots of this and that and the next thing. Channel's growing well, but still not big enough to really grab any sponsors, and that's okay. We're working at it. It's always a process, right? So yeah, ROUVY is all videos with augmented reality overlays on, I'm not going to say all the routes. There's routes that just have video. You can just ride them, your point of view type thing. And the routes that I really like, and I think the way the route should all be, is all have augmented reality on them, so you can see the avatars of other cyclists. So you're gonna be battling from home against other cyclists around the world. So we're gonna flip into events here, and we're gonna look for the event. Hey, here's a good one. It starts in 4 days, folks. That's my little fun ride. So Team GRC today is gonna be doing this short downhill as probably as a warm up. Although they're going to be racing, and then straight after that, so they've given themselves 15 minutes to do this 6.8 kilometers since it's downhill, and then at 19 minutes from now, they're going to do this Casto Canyon gravel challenge. So both of these are part of the gravel challenge that just came out. Shorter routes filmed on gravel. So we're going to jump in here now. 2 more riders have signed up. Let's see if anyone's actually in here yet. Which to me, here we are. They're coming in, folks. They're coming in now. So hopefully they're sitting in front of their PCs looking at this right now, and they're seeing that I'm live. We've only got 3 and a bit minutes to go. And it looks like I have no one. Oh, sorry. I do have a couple people here. I went to the wrong thing. So we're going to be setting out here in a couple minutes, folks. So last week, the way I did this last week, I just sat on my bike, pedaled real easy, and just chit-chatted. But it kind of became like a little chitty-chatty session. So on Tuesday, there was the Sunset Ride from Calvi. That was the kickoff to keep your summer going. And I think it had 2,000 bonus gold coins in it, which I'll gladly take. I just bought the Quintana Roo, the extra fast one. The last route I did, the team time trial on Friday. That's a reminder for me. With the ROUVY analyzer, it says it's the fastest bike out there on that course, Y Valley alone. Just a couple seconds over the Trek Speed Concept. I was really thinking about that one, but the good thing is I think I'm only maybe 10K short from having another 50K in my gold coin account, so I can jump back into that. So I did this one because it was a kickoff to the challenge. There were some ROUVY employees there. CEO was there. Wojtek was there. He did message me and say that was him. He's recovering from an injury, so just kind of he kind of just like fell off the back of us a little bit at the end. But I guess he had, what did he say? I think he had a little bit of an accident on his, must be his motorbike or something, like a dirt bike as we would call them here. He called it an off-road motorcycle, dirt bike. Probably doing some flips and whatnot, whatever you want to call it. So on that one there, it was pretty racy. That's the one where Chris Dark was the workhorse and pulled me all the way to the finish after the big descent. I just hung on for dear life. That race there, we had our top 5 were Shunik from Poland. There was a rider I didn't know, Finn. The notes, folks, yeah. I'm not saying I'm a good rider. Number 3, I guess his name was Tomo, Tomeoeau. 4 I know quite well, Biker AP, BKR AP, and 5th place was Bike and Dog Trips, aka Stu. So much easier just to call him Stu. Anyway, folks, we're going to be setting out here in just over a minute. No one in the chat. That's okay. I bet you they don't even know if I'm on here right now. Still looking at the stream again too, folks. Okay, I don't look that cut off right now. I know the ROUVY jersey back there is a little bit off screen. That's okay. I had to move the camera here. I really wasn't even planning on doing this today. Pigs are good, so yeah, so I went out this morning after we had like 3 of them die, and the one little dude was alive all day in the house, walking around, checking things out, sniffing around, napping, eating, napping, eating, and then just like, it's just like, what happens? They call them low viability pigs. They're kind of weak. They're not fully developed. It's horrible to talk about, but just, yeah. So that's what I've been kind of going through for the last couple days. Anyway, riders, let's do it. Oh, let's get the map open quick here. You know, and this might be one that I ride right after this. Let's get on Bashak. Actually, go on Stu. Stu likes to put an absolute rocket launch in. So yeah, there's our little bit of a climb here. Maybe 1 meter here. It's downhill all the way. I don't know actually how hard they're all going to go here. But let's just have a little quick peek. I see Bashak just round up to 7. Just a little quick stutter there as we get started. Look at Stu. He was doing 10.6. Oh, Bashak's going with him. Shunik's going too. 3-man break already, folks. Do we have 3 off the front already? Bashak, Stu, and Shunik is just hanging a little bit further back. Knows he can get back on. Here's Ciclista Carlo. Good to see him. He sent me a picture of the jersey he wore in his age group category. Great to see that. Ooh, new rider here, Bompa Punk. This is going to be really fast, folks. Stick around for the next race. So what I'm going to do is I'll just keep streaming the whole time. And you can go do whatever you want to do. You can come back, go get yourself a cup of coffee, go make yourself some popcorn, pour triple Jack and Coke, whatever you want to do. Just jump right back in and catch the second race. This one's going to be a little bit different because we're just bombing downhill generally. We're hitting max speed here. It's going to be really cool when they bring in the braking into ROUVY. It's going to break you in the corner so you can't slam through these things at 72k an hour. Like some of these switchbacks, like that last switchback there, you couldn't do it. Even these ones coming up, you wouldn't be able to do that. So what it's going to do is it's going to force you to a slower speed. Then it's going to give the big hitters a chance to accelerate away over and over on every. It's going to make workouts probably even more intense. So yeah, we're only a meter between everyone. The front hitters aren't going to be able to get that far away. So we got 10 that are in kind of a cluster together. We'll try to take a look at the map. Yeah, so here's our front group here. There's a 40-meter gap to our second group. And one lone rider at the back. I don't know who that is at the moment. With Bashak and Shunik here. Hard to say. I think they're both probably about the same caliber sprinter. I don't know how they're going to ride this. It all depends what they're planning for the second route. Because they got to go after this. Second one's got a bit of a climb to it. I'm just going to jump back here. So, Lars K71 didn't get started. Okay, looks like Steven came in late. Good to see you, Steven. Then we got Fed Team. This guy here, first ride on ROUVY. Make a note. Oh, sorry, Fed Team. I just made a mistake. The D Team. we saw that before. He's decked out in the starter ROUVY kit and starter ROUVY bike. He's like, right now, he's like, what is going on here? Where did everyone go? They just went off like rockets. So good to have the D Team on board. You are absolutely the winner of the low-level rider today. That will be going into the magic book that I've got all my notes and documentation in here. It's probably like this is just a treasure trove of info. Actually, it's worth nothing. It's just a piece of paper. Cervelo Ghost coming up. Penelope is right there too, decked out, resplendent in the Team GRC jersey. Thanks for the messages last night, Penelope. Good advice on how to do a little bit more promotion. Multedge here. Predag, Czech rider. Pitsky66 is riding with Max. Purple Bengals right there. Sergio64, Wartall. Yeah, everyone on ROUVY should just get on this thing and ride it over and over and over and over and over, and we'll get that 12 million challenge. David 1951, Carlo Becchi. Yes, Italian friend here. Gianluca. Bomba Punk. Okay, here's Stu. So we still got, so we got 7 in the front now. It's deteriorating, folks. People are falling apart. Heike Hark is hanging with the big boys. Love to see this. She's working exceptionally hard to keep the watts per kilo up to fight with the absolute power of these dudes up front. They're just up ahead, though. Stu's right with her on his Trek Madone. Bompa Punk is there, too. Then we bounce up the road 25 meters. We got Bashak. We got Henry 81, who I don't know, and we've got Shunik. Coming up to the split. Shunik leading the way. He's pushing really hard right now. Has opened up a gap of 30 meters quickly. Pushing at 6 watts a kilo. The other two riders are trying to maintain 4 watts per kilo down this hill. Yeah, just absolutely spinning themselves out. Let's take a look here. Look at Shonik, 111 RPMs. Bashak in the 90s. I think he was in the hundreds before. Look at this. Henry 81, 108. Just brrr, heart rate just spiked through the roof here, folks. Stu's coming back on, though. Get it, Stu. Yes. Stu grinding a little bit of a bigger gear there. They can see Shonik right now. They got him in sight. What does he have left for them, folks? Let's check our chat, see if anyone's here to entertain me today. Wow, no one's here to entertain me. I had this last week too. Monday's very quiet in the live chats or live streams. I don't think many people know I was going to come on today because I didn't know either. So usually I try to schedule them in advance. Schedule in advance I really like, but then you got to remember to actually use that stream and not mess up your other streams. And sometimes the keys get corrupted. Not corrupted, you just can't use them all the time for multiple different streams. Okay. Wow, Heike right there. Now, as far as I know, Heike's known as a really good climber. Today, looking like a really good descender. What a cool course. Actually, this would be quite horrifying on a gravel bike at this kind of speed. I was watching one on the weekend, didn't even know about it. There's now a Belgian waffle ride in the BWR. It's in British Columbia. I think it's on the island. I think it's on Vancouver Island. Everyone's like, what island? That huge island off the west coast of North America. It's the biggest island there. Just take a look for it. Home of Victoria. I lived there when I was a kid up on the north end of the island. So I think that race is right there. I saw Lake Cowichan, which I'm pretty sure is on... is Heike going for the win here? What is she doing? We're coming to the finish right now, folks. Bashak at the front. Bashak taking first place at almost 12 watts per kilo. Trying to get on with these guys here. 6 riders are already finished. Gianluca coming in next. Purple Bengal right there. Wartall right behind. You know what? I think this is the kind of race that if you got a rocket start and got a 15, 20 meter gap on the other people, they're never going to catch you. Essentially, they will never catch you at that point. So Bashak did really well there to get ahead of Shonik. Riders coming in here, folks. So this is just going to be my chit-chat ride today because everyone's going to be done right away. So then all I'm going to do is just going to jump out. Maybe people will notice I'm in the chat. I actually may be sending them a Discord notification right away. So Steven Cycles is here with the D team. So Steven's going to kindly shepherd the D team to the finish. I'm going to just message everyone. So don't forget, at the top of the channel, of the page, of my homepage, or whatever you want to call it on YouTube here, there is a Discord link. That's where we all hang out. Hey, everyone, just so you know, ROUVY, just so you know, we're almost at 200 Discord members. We have to be the single biggest ROUVY Discord group out there, and hands down, the most active. It's insanity. Like, you go away for an hour, there might be 50, 60 messages waiting for you to read through. Some days it's like, huh? Other days it's like, yeah, I got to read through all this, see what's going on. So let me just message the folks. Get into the GRC Discord. It's all right there, folks. That's where we do it. Let me get in. They may not even know. Live streaming, folks. Okay, I've sent them a message. So now everyone in the Discord group will know I'm here. They may just watch it later, and that's fine too. Watch this whenever you want. Don't forget, it's Colin, Inside Cycling World. How did you find this channel? What is this all about? This is all about inside cycling. It's kind of my thing. Don't really ride a lot outside anymore. It's just kind of too boring around here. Flat roads. Not much going on around where I live. If I travel to the mountains, I take my bike. So what I do for convenience, efficiency, the best training you're probably ever going to get is I ride inside where you can just smash watts out. Explore the world, different courses. So yeah, look at this. Winner, 6 minutes and 20 seconds. These two are only coming in 2 minutes and 29 seconds, 30 behind, sorry. So all we're going to do here now is we're just going to jump out of here. We're going to quit that. Bing, bang, bong. And you can see we've got another race right away. So this race starts in 5 minutes. So I jump into the watch feature. So Bashak won that event. And Penelope's saying here already, oops, forgot I was taking it easy. which she wasn't. It looks like Penelope averaged 3 watts per kilo down that hill, which is really good. So they're all telling themselves to take it easy, but they're not. Look at the crowd here, folks. Look at the video. It looks really good right now on my screen here. Like, all the avatars are crisp. You guys let me know what it looks like. Here we go. Davey Simons, strong ride by Heike. Thanks for streaming, Colin. Yeah, hey Davey, awesome. Yeah, Heike blew me out of the water there. I've seen her name before on ROUVY. I don't know if I've ever actually covered a race. I know she's a climber. But yeah, she hung with the absolute hitters today. Saw Bashak got first. I think Heike was right there for like second place. Davey, because you're showing up on the YouTube channel as Davey, I actually don't know who you are right now. What's your ROUVY name? So everyone's got different names, folks. You'll have a ROUVY name, you'll have a Discord name, you'll have a Strava name, and YouTube's the worst because I love YouTube. Disclaimer. But just the names coming in, I'm like, I'm not sure if I know who this is right now. Stu, I know, I think I was second or third. Okay, better warm up for race 2 now. Okay, so it is D Simon. Okay, thanks for dropping in, Davey. I didn't tell anyone I was doing the stream today. I didn't schedule it. I didn't even know we were racing today. I was just trying to find what to do. Okay, Penelope, you're going easy on this one. Penelope, I saw you. What'd you do? 176 average watts on the last one? Like, that's... I don't know what your watts per kilo is, but I think that's pretty high for you. I think your FTP is right around 170. So you must have been smashing going down that hill. Is the volume good, folks? Kind of like leaning back from my mic today. Nice to see we got 7 people in here right now. Let me just go back and take a look at the course. I want to get the map loaded up. Let's have a look. So this is Casto Canyon Gravel Route. We're in Utah. I love this type of scenery. This is why I go to the Baja all the time. Cabo San Lucas. I love deserts. I love like low scrub bush. I mean, I live in the prairies, but we're right on the edge of the mountains. I've seen enough forests to last me a lifetime. I love deserts, the harsh environments. Just loading the map now. Have a little gander here at it. Yeah, so you can see once you get away from these stream systems and that, where it's all green, and they are doing a little bit of farming here. Take a look at that there. You can see there's been some old riverbeds going through here. The stream probably only flows once in a while. Could be ephemeral. Ephemeral means it's once a year. Is that what it means? There's another one too. There's one called, I think, a banzai. Is it a banzai? 2 different meanings. I think one's only in rain floods, and the other one's just, it comes once a year and then it goes. I have an ephemeral creek that goes through my yard every spring. In fact, sometimes there's a lake out front. So let's get back here, back to camera. So it looks like pretty much everyone's here. There's Purple Bengal again. Carlo Calcagni showed up. Interesting. He likes to race too, so let's have him get after it. Prediction here, Carlo Calcagni will just ride everyone off his wheel. JFK 1975, level 8 rider, so pretty new. So you're going to see different names this time. Ooh, Shunik's back too. Maybe Shunik was saving a little bit for this race. Although, you know, going downhill at that speed is brutally hard. To keep the power up, to close those gaps back. Antonio Herta, Nige 21 maybe. Stu's back here. Predag is back. Martin Voigt-Elde, Dutch rider. GS 100. Bomba Punk's back with us. Eat More Cakes joining us for this one. Henry 81's back. This dude was right at the front. I have no clue who this guy is. Level 45 though, so he's been around a little bit. Wartal's with us again. David's here. Punes from France. Ivaro Rossi. Leroy. Look at this champ. Look at this champ right here, folks. Level 1. I love it. I absolutely love it. He got his bike set up. He picked up a trainer on the weekend. Tossing and turning, tossing and turning. What system am I going to use? I'm using this system, and let me use this system. I'm going to use ROUVY. Here's his first race. Right now. Going off, dude. Yes. Shock. Eddie DN71. Heike Hart. Ciclista Carlos back too. Dave MK's back. Sergio. Everyone here is probably going to be from the early race too. We're less than a minute to go, folks. Let's see our level 1. Oh, this dude. Leroy, I think this guy joined the Discord. Am I right about that? Hopefully he sees the video later. I don't think he's going to be wanting to be viewing at the same time. Hey, Kyle, good to see you, man. Hey, thanks for the special little gift you guys are sending me from the Muckers. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to wear it. So, yeah, Penelope, that was all out. I got the speed concept, but it shouldn't let you ride it in this. So, for races, you shouldn't be allowed to ride a TT, although you did say, Penelope, there was a race last week where you were able to ride your TT bike. So good choice on the Trek Speed concept. I'll probably pick that one up next. Let's see how Leroy does here. Going out nice and strong. So I think this name, I just remember it. I think he uses the same name in the Discord. There's a few little bumps on this one, folks. You know, we start climbing right away. Very false flatty, but we're in the 6% now. You'll see Carlo Calcagni go right to the front. Stu doing the same thing before, getting right out ahead. Oh yeah, I forgot, it's gravel. Even though it says that, it says right there, gravel. Yeah, awesome. Shunnick, 6 meters back. Eddie, DN71. Here comes Carlo Calcagni now. Steven Cycles is... Ooh. Steven riding a lot closer to the front this time. So in the last event, Steven rode with the D team, I think, all the way. Probably just using it as just a really nice casual warm-up. Hey, check this out. Look at Lee. Good job for Lee here. He'll be leveling up in this race, folks. I always look for the lowest level rider. I like to look at all the levels of the riders, people's names, where they're from, what they're doing. Carlo Calcagni up here. So we've got a group of 4 at the front. Stu leading them out. Shunnick's right there getting a little draft. Carlo Calcagni is probably going to ride right through them, folks. If you're new to ROUVY, never seen this before, this is normal. Some calibration issues or something going on with Carlo's machine, and that's okay. Maybe it's just the way it is. He can't fix it. We're riding through the garbage dump here, folks. Take a look over to the right. It's very scenic. We can see the heavy equipment. Yeah, let's just not even look over there. But, I mean, look at the barren landscape here. I can see a lot of iron-bearing rocks back here, this red stuff. That's what makes the rocks red, folks. I mean, I'm sure you all know that, like red rocks at near Vegas. It's just iron-bearing rocks. But look up top. There's snow up high. Love it. So cool. So we got a group of 4 up here. And we're going to bounce back 120 meters to Henry. So Henry didn't get in that front hitters group. But look at Leroy. I don't know who this dude is. Let me know who you are. He's from the UK. It looks like he's in the USA jersey, though. So he's like a across the pond, both sides of the pond cyclist. Steven Cycles. Totally different. So that was just a warm-up for Steven. And yeah, Steven, I appreciate all your comments, your messages to me. It's motivating. It's very motivating for me. So yeah, we're just going to climb gradually here, folks. Just keep climbing. Let's take a look at the map here so you can see what's going on. Front 4 hitters. Second group. So yeah, that's our front group. Okay, sorry, right here. Ooh, and look at this. Only Shunnick's able to hang with Carlo right now. Stu's just hanging on. Eddie's slipping out the back. Bouncing back, we're at Henry. Ciclista Carlo riding really strong too. This guy's in really good shape. Sent me a picture of his jersey. Lean and mean looking dude, man. Probably been a cyclist his entire life. Awesome to see. Can probably put a lot of young people to shame. Yeah, a lot of groups here. I mean, this is like 3.5, 4 watts per kilo in this group. Martin Vit Elde or something. You can crucify me later for that. JFK 1975. Level 9. But yeah, really impressed with Leroy here. Really impressed. 7th place right now. 6th place. So right up there. Looks like Steven's trying to get off the front a little bit. Is he going to try to like push them away? He's pushing hard. We're at about a 3% gradient here. So yeah, you can see this going on. Yeah, Shunnick. So I think Carlo's numbers are off by a little bit. And that's going to happen, folks. It's never going to be perfect. Let's just make this as fair as we possibly can. So, have I even said who I am? My name's Colin. This is Inside Cycling World. I do everything inside cycling, specializing in the platform called ROUVY. I've been doing this since early January 2023. There's tons of videos on the channel, so have a snoop around. It's constantly changing. I'm getting better at it every time. I think I'm actually putting end cards in now and suggesting other videos for you to watch. I'll probably start even categorizing them at some point, like here's all the Wild West barren looking things. That's what this reminds me of. So you can look at all those videos. But let's keep it fair and square. So number one things on ROUVY. Get your weight put in properly, folks. Please put your weight in properly. If your weight is not correct, you totally ruin it for everyone else. And then people are going to say, well, why do you care what other people are doing, Colin? I hate that question. I absolutely hate it because we're racing. Your weight has to be correct. Why do you care what everyone... Because I care. And there's a lot of other cyclists here. I bet you virtually everyone you will hear will say that they care. So, if you don't have your weight correct and you're new, that's fine. It's all good. But maybe if you see these videos, you'll remember, oh, I got to fix this. Let's say you lost a ton of weight. Okay, well, lower it. Put your weight down. But yeah, so when your weight's not correct, it messes with your power, which, your power output compared to your weight, it really affects your watts per kilo, and you're going to be rocketing up these hills and leaving people behind when you really shouldn't be. Essentially, you're kind of faking it. So let's get your weight correct. Who cares what your weight is? Punch it in there and lose weight by riding lots, changes to your diet, things like that. And then your watts per kilo will go up naturally. That's what I'm doing. I know I can lose a few pounds right now and get a few more, a little bit of increase on watts per kilo. Look at Shunnick, though. He's taking it to Carlo Calcagni. Just taking it to him. So Carlo Calcagni here, yeah, like he's a 70 kilogram rider. I just think it's reading a tiny bit high. Shunnick, right just under 70 kilo. I think he is about a 68 kilogram rider. He's getting over this top first. This is a Shunnick move. Everyone should be doing this move. Get over that top first, break the people behind you, and then you're gone. So he will be accelerating away immediately. Carlo's really close, so he should be able to get back on. He's just outside the draft now. You can see Carlo's trying. He's putting in 6 watts per kilo to get back on. Carlo is not on a bike that's as good as the Liv. So Carlo needs to spend some cash money, some gold coins, and get the faster bike. Going over the cattle guards here. Very common where I live, cattle guards. Those are put in so the cows can't walk through there. If you hit them on a bike at this speed, I bet you your carbon frame would just blow apart. Just going to jump back into the chat here, see if I got any friends to talk to. Yeah, Kyle saying here, I love the fact that you highlight the lowest level rider. They may have just come over from Swift. That's what I'm thinking too, Kyle. Ruben's in the house too. Hey, Ruben, what are you doing today? I have no idea what I'm doing today. I might do one of these courses after. I do have some stuff to do outside. Let's just jump back, folks. So we've got like almost a 500 meter gap back to Stu here. Stu riding strong. And solo too. So Stu's broken away from everyone. Although he might have actually been caught in the middle, because I think he was with these two up front. Yeah, and so they're getting separated. They're just slowly drifting back. So Stu and Eddie are both gonna work on trying to keep their gaps over the groups behind. So they're riding solo. Then we bounce back to Steven Cycles, who's with Leroy. This guy's impressive. For being a level 1, he's now level 2, folks. Let's give him a hand here. Level 2 rider. Yeah, you're gonna, when you watch this, I think the video looks fantastic here. You're gonna see it doing a little bit of a, you know what I'm talking about, a little bouncy. That's because the filming car would have been doing some bouncy here too, and so it kind of gets exaggerated going through here. This ride here, the video should be working very well because I'm sure the vehicle that captured this is probably traveling slower than what the cyclists are riding. So things have been sped up a little bit. So remember, depending how you're riding, the video is going to speed up or slow down. That's how they do it. So if there is a bit of a bounce from the vehicle, over these ruts, it's going to be exaggerated when you see it on the cyclists. Just something you have to get used to. After a while, you won't even notice it. So Leroy, again, is with Steven Cycles. Steven, yeah, absolutely doing a great job here today. First ride, he took it like so cruisy. I think he might have finished last on purpose. Henry 81. We're going to bounce back to Ciclista Carlo. Yeah, again, super strong cyclist here. Uh, so, Ciclista Carlo, his name's Chuck. He races age category every year down in Georgia. So, he's competitive, that's for sure. Bashok in 9th place. So, they are about 160 meters behind this group. So, we got four riders here. Leroy, Steven Cycles, Henry 81, and Chuck, Ciclista Carlo. Just up the road, we can see Eddie. So they're pulling Eddie back right now. Eddie's going to be trying to fight them off the whole way. And Carlo and Shunik riding side by side. Here's Heike. I believe she finished second in the last event. So really, really strong ride for such a lightweight rider. Yeah, Heike is not a very big lady at all. That's for sure. I like to say people's weight, but maybe I shouldn't be saying the ladies' weight. What do you guys think? Am I being impolite? Are we allowed to do that, ladies? Ladies, that's my question. Am I allowed to do that? And if you say no, then I won't do it. How about that? Just going to jump back into the chat quick here, folks. Okay. Okay, so yeah, just catching up with Ruben here. He had a tough day at work, it looks like. Ruben, I know how you feel. I know how you feel, man. I've had a pretty tough couple days, folks. The cycling keeps me focused, but I mean, I didn't even ride the last 2 days. Too busy. I wanted to get the pig set up, and like I said, so Fern's gonna probably pop. That's the other pig. She's gonna pop any day now. Her and Wilbur, the male, are sleeping outside in a big nest they've made. It's packed with straw. It's not that cold at night, and these pigs are solid. They must have a fat layer that thick on them. Let's jump to the leaders. Quick look here. So Shunik working really good here. Carlo just hanging on. Very interesting to see these two together. Yeah, so I just got to take a wall down quickly, and by wall, it's a couple sheets of plywood. That's all it is. It was to block the goats from coming out, because that male goat just hops right over it. It took me forever. I'm like, how is he getting out? He was hopping over one gate and hopping over the other. They must have like a vertical of like 4 feet or something. So I've got a block for now. I'm going to open that up, undo a few screws, open up the wall, get Mom and her pigs in there, reset up the heat lamp. The heat lamp is critical, and yeah, you heard me say earlier, I got to set the other one up. I might even set it up today. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I got to figure that out because I only have it's probably like 150 long feet of extension cord I got going out there right now. I have no power out there. I got destroyed in a small tornado that touched down here a few years back. Take a look at this. You can see in the sky, the moon's out right there where the cursor is. Beautiful. Look at this landscape here, folks. All these sandstone features here. Differential erosion. Looks like there's almost some hoodoos trying to develop. That's what we call them up here. It looks like we're at some really remote campsite here. Wonder if you can camp out here. Yeah, this is awesome. To check this out. Yeah, so the hoodoos will form. Hoodoos are kind of like freestanding things. We have a little bit of water flow here. Let's take a look at the map. Yeah, you can see there. There's a dry riverbed. There's a little bit of water flowing through it right now. Looks dry, but it's not. Probably floods once in a while. The hoodoos are going to form. There'll be like a hard rock on top that stops erosion. But the stuff down below is softer rock. Stratigraphy. Soft rock, harder rock, soft rock, harder rock. Depends what it is. And then it erodes away around it. And then you have these freestanding features. There's a ton of them. 40 minutes from here, half an hour from here at Dinosaur Provincial Park. Drumheller. World class. As good as anywhere in the world, if not better, dinosaur museum. So where I live, I don't know the exact dates, so just bear with me, but a long, long time ago, there was a giant seaway going through here. It went from the north of Canada up to the Arctic Ocean, all the way down to Texas. And so they call it an inland sea because there was land on both sides. It kind of cut right through. And where I live now, I would be on the banks. That sounds stupid. I would be on the far west side of that seaway. Now, it would have been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles wide. It's not narrow. With full beach areas, and deltas flowing in there, and that's how you get fossils preserved, or animals preserved that have a chance of becoming fossilized. That's your science tip of the day, folks. Really rough, really crude. Yeah, Stu saying the top two are strong. Okay, nice move, Stu. So Stu says right now, direct from the course. I wish I had an earpiece in. I could talk to Stu. I think he's capable. Stu, we're going to have to set that up for the next Discord. Stu says he's holding back for Eddie. And they're together, folks. I didn't see this happen. I just read the message. Awesome job here, Stu. Yeah, great stuff. These two can work strong together and hold off the other ones. So we got Ciclista Carlo, Steven Cycles, Henry 81, who looked really strong in the last event, and Leroy. Look at this guy, level 2. Can he become level 3 on this ride? Does anyone know Leroy? UK rider. Hey, Lee. Thanks for joining us, man. You're in the right place to be. So much fun racing here. So, yeah, folks. What happened last week? We're just going to let this kind of churn along for a little bit. So, last week at the Tuesday social event for, let's call it the social event. It's kind of like their more social cruisy ride, the Muckers. They did Puerto de Herrera. That was their, like, casual ride. The video's on here. You can go back through the channel, and maybe I'll put that as one of the after videos. Like, at the end of the video, you see like a little square in the top corner over here, or whatever. I'll put some things up there you can go back and look at it. That race was absolutely fantastic, and it was not a social ride. Maybe for some, but Luis 73 went on an attack. And I think he got caught in the race. There was 2 races that day, so I'm confusing them in my head. But Puerto Herrera, he went on an attack. I think they caught him. He attacked again. Super climber. Super duper climber. Ultra lightweight pesky climber. Luis 73 won it. That was the Tuesday race, Puerto de Herrera. Breers 33 was second. Looks like Carroll and Nelson were virtually tied. And then we had Thijs V, Belgian rider, come in 5th. Low-level rider award. Alert, if you're out there, Vitor036, dude, I saw you in action. So cool for you to come out and hit it hard with the Muckers. The second race they did was Arganil. That's called the add-on race. If the first one's not too brutal, the first one only had, 800-900 meters of climbing, nothing hard. And that one was a straight up, straight down. So I did say in that one, whoever gets over the top first will win it. Carlo did, but he's not really in the championship. Let's jump to the front, folks, for a second here. I want to see what's going on. Side by side still. They're going pretty cruisy right now. These two doing 2 watts per kilo. Like, just tickling the pedals here. Just watching each other. Was it Bear Remy? Oh, that was the one Luis did get to the top first. Or maybe it was Bear Remy, and they caught him. Like 6-7 riders caught him, and they were all back together. He hit the tack again to get away. The second race... another good one. There's a video for that one too, folks. So check it out in the live playlist. Sometimes I'm putting them now into the latest videos because these live events don't get put into the videos. They stay lives forever. Double for Luis 73. He won that one as well, and basically did the same thing again. Went off on the climbs and just ran like a madman to the finish line. Thijs really redeemed himself on that one, finishing second. And our Discord member, Duke Norton, came in third. Duke representing Idaho. Yeah, what else did we get up to, folks? I may not be able to do this all right now. I may do this after. The Nittier event was Tuesday night. Encuelo del Ducado. Really cool to see some of the Muckers come out. Niels Burnham showed up for that. Not that Tuesday night one, though. I covered the Darth Puncher Jefferson one because... those two are consistently in every event. Okay, folks, here we go. Carlo decided to push 10 watts per kilo there for second. Shunnick reacting at 12-11. It's going off. We're going for a long bomb here, folks. Hail Mary. Who has got more horsepower? Carlo pushing 9 watts, 7 watts per kilo. Shunnick staying right in his wheel. I think Shunnick is just going to just smash him to pieces with a sprint. Going down through a little trickle of water here. You can see the funniness going on. Vehicles come at us. Carlo pushing ahead. Ooh, Shunnick might be able to get him. He's got way more horsepower than Carlo. Coming over the left-hand side. First place, Shunik. Second place, Carlo. Congratulations, boys. Excellent job, the two of you. Wow, that was a good one. I'm a little bit biased for Shunik. I gotta say it. But Carlo put up a really strong fight there, so all respect to Carlo, too. I don't know Carlo at all. I don't know if he watches the videos. Dude, great job. Great freaking job. Stu's riding third place. Oh, it looks like he's left Eddie behind now. Eddie's doing a little bit of coast. Maybe Eddie was a little bit on the rivet there, folks. Taking it a little bit easy, and I think Stu says, I gotta go now. I gotta go. So, Stu will be on the podium. Awesome job, Stu. Got this dude riding that beautiful Trek Madone, which I'm never gonna own now, unless they decide to sell it to me. Hey, ROUVY, I think you should give me that bike. I'm just gonna say it. I think you should gift that bike to me. That's my favorite bike right now. I don't have it. Woe is me. I was making videos and I didn't do Diablo. So good. I love it. Jumping back into the chat here. Talking about ROUVY weight. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay. Gotcha, Kyle. Yeah, it's just Kyle's making some comments here, folks. Got to really set your weight right in ROUVY. So, Kyle, it sounds like he had his weight set wrong, like the wrong way? Yeah, so you're saying he's as strong as an ox. He had his weight set wrong. Oh, okay. He was underperforming on ROUVY. Now his weight and settings are bang on, and he is strong. So, yeah, folks, it's to your advantage to set your weight right, too. And you know what? Like, people will know what you're doing. Okay? Yeah, Stu, it's great getting these comments from Stu. Like, Stu, awesome to communicate with me during the ride. Sorry, folks. I don't want to miss this. Here comes Eddie to the finish. I actually missed Stu's to the finish, but he said that Eddie had backed off a little bit. And we got more people coming in. We got a ton coming in right now. Leroy, level 2 rider, just getting pipped by Henry at the finish there, folks. I think 5 or 6 riders just finished there. Bashaw coming in 7th place. Steven Cycles really strong in 8th. Ooh, 9th now. Ciclista Carlo in 10th place. And I gotta say, folks, it's not like Ciclista Carlo is 50. I'll tell you that right now. I don't need to give his age away. He can tell us himself. This guy, he is really strong. I love it, dude. Purple Bengal, again, not her favorite territory, not her favorite terrain. She likes to climb. Super nice lady. Coming in 15th place, folks. So, I wonder if she's the first lady to finish. So she probably just pulled away on folks on these long grinds. Certain people love the really steep stuff. Others do better on the long grinds. Speaking of long grinds, folks, you're going to start seeing Mount Lemon show up a lot because it's one of the events coming up. It's part of a challenge, and I think people are getting to it now. I can't wait to watch that one. I got a little bit of a battle to have with it myself. I've ridden Mount Lemon twice on ROUVY. There's a 35K route, and there's, I think, a 41K route. And so 6 kilometers difference, barely any more climbing. In fact, a couple of kilometers are kind of flat. And the second time, it took me like, at least a half an hour longer to go another 6 kilometers. Like, I was just smashed to pieces, groveling on the side of the road, like laying down, waiting for help, which I have done on my bike before. A few years back, I had a little bit of a heat stroke incident, and I basically laid under a tree about 2 miles from home in all my good kit, laying in a pile of dirt and gravel, possibly cow manure, and I just laid there, and some dude came and helped me. He was like what was he? He was an instrumentation tech on the wells out here. So I live in oil country, and he pulled ahead of me, stopped, backed up. Hey, are you okay? Nah, I'm not okay. He came out, gave me a bottle of Powerade, helped me out. I'll never forget that dude. Then, when I got back on my bike, it was at the point where I think it was like 33, 34 degrees Celsius. I had 0 water, and about the last 10 kilometers coming home, I wasn't sweating. I was cold. I was thrashed. So, yeah, I was struggling. He actually followed me all the way home. And I know where his wells are because I know the companies that work in the area. We got Sergio 1964 coming in here. He followed me all the way home. where I stop at my mailbox and I unclick from my shoes and then I walk my bike the last eighth of a mile or something, just to make sure I got home. So I don't know who that dude was. I called the company and said, this guy needs to be Employee of the Year, in my opinion, for helping me out that day. Like, oh, that was rough. So be careful in the heat, folks. I guess that's my takeaway there. Ivaro Rossi coming in next. Being pursued by Martin. Would it be Martin? Or just Martin? Martin Wheat Elde. That's horrible. I know, folks. I know. I'm trying my best here. David 1951 coming in. Maltedge next. Ooh, we got a nice group here. Cervello Ghost, Dave MK, and Maltedge. 3-up sprint, folks. It's going off right away. It is going off, folks. Who wants 21st place? They might catch David if he's not careful. A little shaky going over there. Shaky. One of my favorite casino guys, Simon South, directly from the UK. He says it all the time. Because a lot of casino games, Maltedge moving to the front. Almost 6 watts per kilo here. Looks like he's just going to pull away from them. Dave is trying to react. I think Dave is from Ireland, I believe. So that's how they finish up. Predag coming in next. Lars did start. Lars started super late, folks. And what do you know? I kind of forgot about this. I've been watching so much racing lately. I keep saying, and you guys can be mad at me if you want. Put some comments down below. Send me hate mail, whatever you want. I think some of the strongest riders are probably from Denmark. At least in the Muckers events. And I know this guy is super strong. You can see by his numbers right now. He just started super late. If Lars hadn't started late, he would have been in top 10 for sure. Probably top 5. Got Antonio here. I'm going to jump back into the chat, folks. There'll be people talking. Whoa. Lots of stuff here. Great job, Stu. Yes. Okay, yeah. Shunik takes great pride in beating Carlo today. I appreciate your efforts, Shunik. Great job. He says he finally beat the Italian. Yeah, excellent effort. Okay, Kyle, take it easy, man. So Kyle's heading out. Yeah, I would love to be on the back of a motorbike at the Tour de France doing commentary. Sometimes I think about this. I sit here on the ranch, on the acreage, whatever you want to call it. I call this place, remember The Simpsons? I call this place Rancho Relaxo. Actor Troy McClure, if you know Simpsons, did some advertising for Rancho Relaxo. And Marge and Homer went on a vacation one time. I think it might have been a swingers club. That's what Rancho Relaxo really was. That doesn't happen here, though. I'm like, yeah, imagine if some company heard me talking and they want me to do some commentary. Flow Bikes, let's rock. Let's do this. I can do it. Any company. I would do commentary for anything. You know what? I actually saw, and I sent him a comment this morning. Human-powered vehicle racing. It's bikes, right? Bouncy, bouncy, shaky, shaky. Simon South right there. Check out Simon South's channel. It's fun. I love watching. I don't play slot machines. I love watching them. I love watching the swings, people being $2,000 in the hole, and then they haul it all back. And they're like, by the skin of my teeth, I'm not bankrupt. I love it. So Antonio finishing up here. Then we got Nige21 coming in. This is good old Nige. I think that's very common in the UK. Oh, check this out. Eat More Cake and Wartall. Friendly comrades today. They always ride together. Ross is coming in next. I think in the UK, every Nigel becomes a Nige, and every Simon becomes a Cy. Tell me I'm wrong, folks. Tell me I'm wrong. We got Penelope coming up. So let's hang out with Penelope for a little bit. She's taking it easier on this one. I think she kind of burnt all her matches on the first one. Penelope, let me know later. Let's see what's going on in the chat now. Okay. Okay, so Kyle's taken off. Yeah, Stu's saying here, hey, Shunik, that was 2 great races. I've never finished so close to you. Yeah, Stu, you smashed it out of the park tonight. So, really good up. Yeah, Stu, 3rd place there. Steven says, how many of the U.S. states have you visited? Oh, I don't know exactly. I've been to Alaska, Washington, Idaho, Montana, California. I've never been to Oregon. I've been to Nevada. I've been to Arizona. I'm more like west side, right? I've never visited any of the eastern side of the states. Uh, it's just easy to go here. I mean, it's so easy to go to Vegas and then travel from there. So easy to get to California. Alaska's a long way away. Like, even though I'm on this side of Canada, you think, oh, Alaska's just up there. First time I went to Alaska, here's a little story for you folks. Here, I just want to get back into the app itself. We'll hang out with Penelope here. First time I went to Alaska would be 1998. My friend, Rob Kars, he'll never see this. Rob got me involved with dogs. He's a geologist as well. Rob is probably, I don't know, 8, 9 years older than me or something. I was a young guy. Rob was the first Albertan to ever complete the Iditarod up in Alaska. You know, the race from Anchorage to Nome that runs every year. It was originally designed to replicate the Serum Run that happened in, I don't know, 1916 or 17 or something like that. When there was an outbreak of diphtheria up in Nome, Alaska, and the only way to get it there was by dog team. You got to think about what planes were like back then. And there was a wicked storm. The only thing getting through that is really tough sled dogs. So they had a relay team of dogs. I don't know how they got a hold of all the dog people. Maybe they were just driving. They had a bunch of, they called them roadhouses back then. So like every 25 to 40 miles something, there'd be a roadhouse. And that's all it was, like a little hotel where trappers, mushers, gold miner dudes using dog teams could stop, resupply, sleep in safety. So they were bouncing from roadhouse to roadhouse, transferring the diphtheria serum onto Nome. Yeah, I used to follow that stuff so much. Yeah, that was my passion for the longest time. So anyways, in 98, I met Rob. I volunteered. He said the dogs didn't hate me, so that was a good thing. So I joined up with him. Hey, look at this abandoned RV out here. That's totally Breaking Bad right there. That is Breaking Bad right there, folks. I saw it. That's the kind of commentary you get here at Inside Cycling World, folks. This is what I do. We went to Iditarod in 1998. Rob was in it. And even from the western side of Canada, it's 3 full days of driving. It's 3 12-hour days to get there. Because I was kind of like, well, you go to BC and then you just go up. It's a long ways away. Like more than 36 hours of driving straight. We're in a big Dodge diesel dually, pulling a trailer with, I'm going to say Rob probably took 24 dogs up there. Something like that. So we got to stop, let all the dogs out wherever we could. So you do a dog drop. All the dogs are living in the trailer, single compartments, some double up. And then you set up little drop chains about that big. They snap onto the trailer, and then you snap their collar onto it so the dog can stretch out, do their bathroom breaks. Maybe we water them, maybe we feed them. It just depends what time of the day it is. Give them a little snack, put them all the way back in the trailer, continue driving. That was like such an epic trip. I'll never forget it. So long ago now, too. But yeah, so it's a long way to Alaska, folks. And then I've flown up there a couple times too. So Penelope's going to be our last finisher today, but we're going to cheer her on to the finish here. She kind of took the matchbook and just incinerated it in the last one. Riding, I think, well above her intensity factor of 1. Okay, so Stu's saying geology, the legal and scientific purpose for being stoned. Yeah, probably, right? I love geology, still love it. Can't get a job, and actually, you know what's funny? Got a couple of applications up today. A company called Mancal here, who I drilled some wells with in the past. We were in like a little bit of a... Oh my. There we go. Very good. Her internet just blipped there, some communication with the router. Yeah, I got 2 geology job applications out today. 100% I will not hear from them. I will not hear from them. So Penelope's finishing up here, folks. I'm just going to jump back to the homepage and see if anyone wants to chat for a little bit because I'm here. Yeah, so I sent these applications in, but the problem these days is that every company has to advertise, you know, for all their dumb reasons, whatever it is. They probably already got someone hired that they already know, but we still have to put an application so give everyone a chance. Penelope says she's dead. Great job, Penelope. You did really good. You went way too hard on your first race. So yeah, gotta take it a little bit easier. Steven Cycles did it well. He just babied the first race. Yeah, thanks for putting that in there, Shunik. Stu did a really good job. Stu's riding really strong, riding lots. So, hey, you know what I'm thinking I might do? I might ride both these rides that you guys just did today, too. Just kind of got me motivated to ride. A few other things I want to talk about here from the secret book. Yeah, this part is all my bills I got to pay. I don't know how I'm going to pay them, to be honest. I'm kind of like in a little bit of a, okay, who can I sell my soul to pay these bills? I have no idea right now. Muckers Thursday, let's talk about that for a second. That they did Padrone, so that's the official championship race on Thursdays. Last event of the week, of the month for September. 35 kilometers long, 650 meters of climbing. That was a fantastic race as well. Carlo Calcagni got first place, but he's not even in the championship, so we kind of throw his results out. We stick with the standard riders. And that was a great one too. Bear Remy tried to go over the top by himself in that route, from what I remember, but they caught him. There was such a strong group behind him. He almost made it over the top. Hey, and guess what? There's a video for that. I'll put a card here somewhere, and you can just click on it later, so it'll help you find it easier. So the Muckers Thursday race, we had Bear Remy in first, Breers 33, really strong in second, Erland Sundstrom in third, Luis 73, our other climbing superstar, in fourth. Yeah, so incredible results there. Really good race too. You should take a look at the Arganil race too from Tuesday. That one had such a cool sprint finish. The sprinters did win, but it was Luis 73 from what I remember and Carol Susik, who are climbers, leading out the sprint. I think they were like, we got to go now, or we're just going to finish at the back anyways. So no guts, no glory. Maybe you'll catch those big sprinters sleeping for a second, like, oh, well, those are the climbers going. We're just going to blow past them. If they don't time it right, they might take it. I love seeing that. I've always been a fan of that one or two dudes on a solo break just surviving to the last second. And when they don't get it, it's like, it's so demoralizing. It's like, oh, like guys getting caught 50 meters from the finish. And they've been riding by themselves for 4 hours straight. Like, yeah, insane. Yeah, I just want to talk about this, another one here too. Team GRC Sunday Short Race, which went off yesterday. It was a repeat, a redo, a little deja vu for me. It was Emerald Lake, Yoho National Park in British Columbia, Canada. Short, 8.5 kilometers, all out. Watsa-mageddon, Watsa-palooza. You can call it anything you want. Shunik in first place. Niels Brennan was there too. They went on a runaway together, those two. And there's a video for that too, folks. And Biker AP came in third in that one. I didn't get the name. Oh, I did. The low-level rider was a guy called Mario Dem. So Mario, if you ever see these videos, let me know you've seen them. I need to know that these riders are watching. 40 finishers, pretty good turnout. Wasn't our best one lately, but it's only going to grow from here. My forecast is the Muckers are going to get over 100 pretty quick. Shunik, this is great info from Shunik. Power is important on the finish, but reaction time at the right time is more important in drafting. Yeah, exactly. You can drop huge watts, but if you go a little bit too early, you may not be able to hold it. And that other guy is going to be drafting you all the way. So yeah, really awesome. And it was really cool to see you come over his left shoulder. I think I saw some high 14 watts per kilo coming out of you. So, still got 11 viewers here, folks. Awesome racing. I don't even know how long I've been streaming for. Hour and 13 minutes straight. Here's something I want you to do. Go, when you're done here, go just talk to yourself for an hour and 13 minutes straight. Stu saying ROUVY needs to implement a voice chat option before... yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think there should be a little bit of a voice chat option. Just some better communication. I mean, we're all doing it through Discord right now, but it should be built in. And you know what? I agree with you too. I I really don't care about the kudos system. I never, and so that's a Zwift thing. Let's just be honest about it. I don't care about Zwift kudos system either. Shuddick saying he's 67 kilograms. Ah, okay. Max kick for 5 seconds. Well, we shouldn't be giving this all away, but yeah, Shunnick's saying he can kick 15, 16 watts per kilo. Yeah, it's so fascinating to see those numbers, Shunnick. So I can do a slightly higher kick, but obviously my watts per kilo are a lot lower because I weigh more than you do. I'm like wow, I'm 23 kilograms heavier than you, dude. Wow. I'm like hauling around another person behind me. Or like I'm hauling like a baby carriage on the back. You know, like where you pull the kid in the back? That's what I'm doing. But it's just all around my body. So yeah, that's some cool info there. Just going to jump back into the app for a second here. So what do we got going up next, folks? So I saw Gur was riding, but it's a group ride. So they do structured group rides. I think this is one that Penelope jumped into last week, and they were stopping on the course, accelerating, stopping. Ooh, look at this here too, folks. I think these ones here, I think Nadir is tracking some. Oh, this one is here for sure. This Fausto copy climbs, this is part of a Nadir thing. Well, it's tracked on Nadir, I should say that. So it's Enrico Pichetti, who I am friends with on ROUVY. So he does that, and then the Tom Bonin race, same guy. This is the World Tour. I think there's 24 races that they're doing. It's all going to be tracked by Nadir again, aka the Nadir dude, David. See if there's anything coming up right away I should catch. I may have to go outside and start doing the pig work. So yeah, I think that's about it for now, folks. I'm going to probably jump on and do both those rides. They look pretty straightforward, nothing too hard. Let me just jump back here, see if there's anything else. Yeah, Penelope's saying right now they do voice instructions over Telegram. So if you jump into any of those GUR group rides, remember, folks, they're all going to be communicating over Telegram with the ride leader. Yeah, in Spanish too. So if you hear venga, 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 that means go, 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 go. Don't stop at that point. I know very little Spanish. It's only when I go on vacation. Stu saying reaction time, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the leaderboard does help a lot. It helps you watch other people. Sometimes I like the leaderboard. Sometimes I hate it. I guess if someone's sprinting beside you, if you were actually there, you'd know how hard they were going by what's going on beside you. So I guess it is good to see that data at least. Yeah, it's all about that finish, and I think that's what makes a true sprinter. I mean, here's an example. Mark Cavendish. He's not a big dude. I don't think he puts out huge numbers. There's other dudes from the past, like Greipel, and who's the other guy that retired way too early? I don't know if he was Dutch or Belgium. Someone can throw his name in here. Like, he retired way too young, I think. I don't even know what he's doing now. Those guys would put out monstrous numbers. But Cavendish was a smart sprinter. In the right place at the right time. Marcel Kittel. Exactly, dude. Thank you, Stu. Just couldn't think of it. He did retire too young, am I correct? It's like, he still had years and years. He could probably still be racing. I think. I don't know how old he would be right now. Yeah, Kittel. Who's the guy for Uno X that's still riding? It's not Greipel. Or is it? No, it's not Greipel. Greipel's long gone. The guy for Uno X is Christoph. Yeah. Is it Alexander Christoph? He's still sprinting, and any given day he has a chance. But I guess this goes back to, you don't have to be the sheer horsepower number to win sprints, because Cavendish is not a sheer horsepower guy. He's savvy, he's smart, and again, is he going to do one more, or is he done now? I think he's done now, isn't he? Because he wasn't going to continue, and then he did. Anyways, another one, Robbie McEwen. That guy is tiny. He's got a great book too. Read his book. Who is the sprinter that would lean so far over the bike that his nose almost touched the front wheel? Caleb Ewan. Caleb, Ewan. he's still around. He's an Aussie, and again, he's a tiny little dude. Yeah, exactly. Caleb Ewan. I think he's one. I think he races for an Australian team. Like, is it Jaco Alula? One of them. So yeah, Robbie McEwen, Mark Cavendish, and I think Ewan. I don't think he is generating like massive numbers either. Although I think Ewan is probably the strongest out of all three. I've seen some really cool videos of him. Yeah, he's right over the bike. Who, Ewan? Is that what you're saying, Steven? Just not on his sprint form? I think there was numbers from back in the day where Kittle could do over 2,000 watts at the finish. I actually saw one time, I think I saw 2,300. I don't know how long it was for. I really like that guy. I really liked him. And I like Christoph. And Greipel I love. The gorilla. That's what they called him. Kind of like bigger cyclists. Like just sheer horsepower. So, but there's smart little cyclists too that can get in and out. And of course, they're very, very strong. Like, I'm not saying these guys aren't strong. I'm just like, they could be down 600-700 watts on the other guys. So you don't have to be a giant to be a sprinter. I guess that's our takeaway here, folks. Life lessons. Okay, riders, I'm going to jump off. I don't know what time it is here for me. It is now currently, it's quarter after 11. Maybe I'll do my bike ride first, and then I'm going to take care of my piggies. And I might come back on later today. I might do a little bit of a walk around ROUVY tour, something like that. So anyways, thanks for joining the live chat. Stu, really appreciate you jumping in live and sharing me your thoughts as you're putting in that ride for third place on the podium today. Hang on a second here. We got Stu. I've always wondered if you put Chris Boardman, Pogacar, and Eddie Merckx in a 40K time trial flat at their peak fitness, who would win? Identical bikes. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, obviously there's a lot of tech. It's so hard with cycling, and I hate to even say it, but like I never know if I'm looking at legit. You know, when they say, what an unbelievable ride. What we're seeing here today, folks, is just absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievably, he drops everyone. How is that possible? How is it possible? It's just kind of like, is it real? What do you guys think? When I see one guy that can just dominate everyone so much. Yeah, but I guess some of the evidence would be, so obviously I'm talking about Pogacar right now. You just dominate. Like, if you haven't seen the World Championship race, well, I didn't say he won. I didn't say what happened. But yeah, he went like on just a massive breakaway and just walked everyone, as you would say when you're like tooling people in cars. Just walked them. Bye. I'm gone. I can leave anytime I feel like it, and you guys physically cannot keep up with me. But let's back it up 40 years, almost 50 years. Was Merckx capable of doing that? Did he? I know he won a lot of races, and he's kind of like the ultimate win master, won the most. But did he walk away the way these guys are walking away right now? Hard to say. So much different tech. You know, I saw something funny a few days ago. They were saying, and I mean, maybe it's true. They said that the technology, the diet, the training of modern cyclists, I guess, circa 2024, okay, thanks Stu, 2024, basically has eliminated the benefit that all the doping in the 90s did. But I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't believe that. EPO is very powerful. So Stu's saying Merckx never did such a long breakaway. So yeah, that's something I don't know enough about. You know, I've never read a book about Eddie Merckx. Maybe I should. It's kind of like before my time, but it's really interesting stories and stuff like that. Yeah, I think Merckx is more of a battler. Just raced all the time. Just super consistent. Never had bad years. Could race every day. He was that type of guy. But how do you go on a 51-kilometer breakaway, and longer ones he's done too, at like world tour level events? I don't know. It's hard to really figure it out. So what's going on in the world of pro cycling? Is it all their diet? Is it their training? Is it their mentality? Are these young guys going to burn out really, really fast? Yeah, there was Axel Merckx. Yeah, you're right. It's Axel. Yeah, I think he rode for quite a few teams, and I think he only retired a few years back. I think he was around quite a while. Yeah, Axel Merckx. I think he's, like most of them, he's probably a director sportif somewhere now. So, well, Stu, what do you think? Like, what's your thoughts, opinions on the olden day cyclists and the modern ones? Uh, what's going on? Like, any idea? Yeah, it was really cool too. I was watching Flow Bikes. Hey, Flo, I need a job. Uh, Inside Cycling World calling here. And I saw Mappe and Big Matt still doing sponsorship stuff at the World Championships. I was watching the mixed relay, which I really liked. Yeah, just waiting to see what anyone's going to say here, folks. I'll hang out a little bit. If there's not much going on, I'll just jump out and get this stuff done. Do that little double bike ride like what you guys did. That I would have sat around all day wondering what to ride today. Is what I would have done. So what do we got coming up this week? I think I made some notes about what's coming up. Well, we just did the 2 times GRC Monday. Tomorrow, the Tuesday race for the Muckers, October 1, Glacier National Park. That's a good one. I've done it. Stu said, I think the tech and training have changed a lot. Yeah, definitely. Especially with regards to gear selection. Yeah, I mean, like they have better gears, way more gears, braking's better, carbon wheels, everything. But like, yeah, could you take an 18-year-old Eddie Merckx and put him on Pogacar's bike? What would happen? That's what I'd like to know. It seems now too that the cyclists are even skinnier. Like they have no body weight on them. But there's been so much go on in the past year. I'm actually listening to the book about, it's one of the Greg LeMond books. I think it's like 8 seconds or something or other, when he won by 8 seconds. And I read enough about Greg in the past where he was winning, and then all of a sudden he couldn't do anything. Well, it correlates completely to EPO. EPO is so powerful. It totally changed everything. So, does EPO still exist? Is it around? Did they ban it? It's banned, but can you still get it? Could you take little bits of it? I don't know. So we got tomorrow, Glacier National Park. There's going to be some nittier stuff going on I'm going to catch. Okay, so Stu watches a lot of classic cycling. He actually plays the audio on his videos, which is cool. Here he's saying even watching content from the early 2000s, it was so common for everyone to be on a 23 cassette, was seen as maybe an embarrassment to not grind up. Yeah, they were like, that's when you'd be like, yeah, they're strong men. But, okay, so here's the thing. So, modern cycling, better tech. How many carbon bikes were rolling around in 1997, 1998? Maybe a carbon fork on most bikes. Terrible gearing. Their diets probably weren't that great. They probably had no coaches for like mental stuff to focus. You know, just coaches to get you mentally motivated, things like that. The fastest rides up like Alpe d'Huez is a guy that was riding old tech, old everything. And that was the era, and I love the guy, Marco Pantani. I think right now he has the top 3 fastest climbs ever up it. So, where's all the training? Where's all the tech? It's there, obviously. I just think that EPO was so powerful that those records may never be broken. Maybe Pogacar needs to go there one day and just go. Yeah, I think there's still stuff going on. There has to be. So, again, if it seems unbelievable, maybe it's unbelievable. Remember when we were watching Lance Armstrong? And I love that guy too. That was just the era. I have no problems with Lance Armstrong. I love his podcast. I love his videos. I love him and George and Johan and the other dude. I forget his name. I should know it. Uh, I would listen to Phil and Paul. This is unbelievable. We can't believe this is happening. Okay, well, now we know, right? So, and that's the problem. Since that stuff happened, there's always going to be that thought. And I'm kind of like, well, if one's doing it, are they all still doing it? I don't know. Stu says, I was listening to one race. So Steven first says, yes, someone just got recently banned for it. It's around, folks. And it's like VO2 max in a bottle. It just jacks everything up. You have more red blood cells in your body. You can process more oxygen, making you a better cyclist. That's kind of like my rough workaround for it. I was listening to one race, I think it was Liège, Bastogne-Liège, said one of the first races banned the leader because he got someone to work. Oh, yeah, the old stuff. Yeah. Yeah, in the olden days at the Tour de France and that, you had to stop and fix your own bike. There's stories of, something just popped up on my Facebook a couple days ago with the cyclist standing on the side of the road with his bike frame snapped in half. I think he had to hike down the mountain, and I think it was a gravel road, and go into the welding place and try to weld his bike back together. Maybe it's the same guy. Maybe he got banned from that. Yeah, you had to do everything yourself. They used to raid restaurants and cafes. They'd stop, race in, and just steal stuff off the shelves, and it was kind of allowed. There's a lot of really cool history. In fact, what's that one book? 1923? That's one I should listen to next. I think it was you, Stephen, that mentioned it. I think it's by Ned Bolting. It's on Amazon. It's on Kindle. I listen to a lot of books now just because I'm doing something else at the same time. Kind of hard to read when you're building a pig pen, right? So, yeah, I'm going to put that on the list. I think I got 5 or 6 credits to burn through right now. I'm probably going to listen to the Pontani book again. That guy really had it tough. But anyways, racers would get kidnapped and beaten up just to ensure they win. Stu, what books have you been reading that you learned all this from? Or is it just like stuff off the internet? I'm looking for like a really good old history of like maybe the first 10, 15 years of the Tour de France. And yeah, it was totally self-supported back then. I think the first Tour de France only had like 6 or 7 stages. They were all like 400 miles long each. Like, yeah, you could just disappear in the middle of the night. No one would ever know. Yeah, so Stu, if you got a good book for me, let me know. Oh yeah, Zoncolon, the 1920s, woolen kits in the rain. Yeah, like just. Oh yeah, you'd have like 30 pounds of wool gear on you, just dragging you down. Like, just people were tougher back then. Okay, he's just picking things up from listen. Yeah, good idea. Steven's saying where a Tour de France rider got on a train to skip part of the stage. That's like, I've been reading lately about, or seeing things on the internet, all these marathon cheaters. And they're still catching them. There's a dude on YouTube, I'll find a link. He specializes in analyzing marathon data and finding out where people cheat and then hunting them down and getting them disqualified. That's his thing. Hey, I think I mentioned earlier too, something I'm going to do going forward, I hope. I know I mentioned it. I sent a message to the dude. Human-powered vehicles, so they're like those streamlined, recumbent bikes. Those things are so fast, and they race like cars, and there's wicked crashes. I was watching I've seen a couple videos, and I'm like, this needs some commentary. So I said that to the guy. Because with YouTube, I'm not really sure what I can use and reuse, what's fair rights. I think they call it common something or other. I'd like to react to some videos, but I don't really know if I'm allowed to. I just don't know enough about that stuff yet. I feel like I'm kind of sitting here like a slob right now. Stu's talking about the Wuhan Marathon in China. Okay, so I guess a lot of cheats or something. Okay, yeah, 1920. Okay, Stu, I'm putting Steven. Sorry, I'm putting that on my list next. Yeah, check out the HPV, human powered vehicles. And the one video I saw was like 2 days old. They obviously have to be pretty strong cyclists. but like they are so aero. Problem is they don't have much visibility, and they're swerving across the track, and there's crashes everywhere. So if I can get a hold of the guy and get his permission, I'm going to do some commentary on his race, I hope. I thought that'd be fun to see. I'm trying to do some different stuff on the channel, look at some different things, probably go back to some more starter tutorial videos, stuff like that. So anyway, riders, I'm going to jump. We're at 1 hour and 34 minutes. Thanks for racing, guys. Thanks for joining in the chat, you two, and everyone else. I'll see you again real soon. Thanks a lot.